I know one thing, none of us are good.
I thought the defense answered the question. I thought they stood up. I thought they played as a group.
Take all the good things. Let's build on those things.
Commanders family, our Commanders are making the most of this much-needed bye week. But that doesn't mean the content stops. We are still here giving you the best Commanders show around. And on today's Command Center, we have the whole squad pulling up. Legends, Hall of Famers, and we even let Fred back in the mix. We'll hear from our running back, Chris Rodriguez, from out in Spain at Real Madrid practice facility last week. And later in the show, our crew shows off some of their moves while they took lessons in Flamenco. All that and more right now on Command Center. We back, baby. Welcome into Command Center, Commanders family. Now, we do have the bye week, so we decided to tape a special Command Center right from out here in Madrid because we cannot get enough of this Spain trip. And we're about to leave, fellas, but it wasn't the result we wanted. A tough loss in overtime, 16-13, losing to the Miami Dolphins. Fellas, initial thoughts after the loss?
Well, I can see some improvements on the defensive side of the ball. Dan Quinn calling. And I said it earlier that he has that experience. You will see him make calls in certain situations, and you're going to go, oh, wow, that could have happened. And I think that's the main thing. He just has the experience of putting it together. Joe didn't. Joe's going to get that eventually moving forward. So I was impressed by what I saw defensively. Offense was doing some great things just till the end. But we learned in this game, you cannot give the ball to the other team and expect to win.
Yeah, it's been one of those seasons for us, man. Hard-fought game, but we saw, just like we've been seeing all year long, is that, self-inflicted, I guess you can say situations that we was in, that we put ourselves in. And then at the end of the day, you just got to know how to finish. We had a couple of chances where we could have won it with a field goal. And we had a couple of chances where we didn't, stuff it in there in the red zone. So when you see that keep showing up, you just got to get back to the drawing board, man, and find what you can do to overcome it.
And fellas, now we are in the bye week. We are approaching a week off where when you talk about all these mental errors that we've discussed, this is time to clean that up, right, B-Mitch?
Yeah, it's time to clean it up, but also you want to get away from it a little bit. This is that one thing where the league give you a vacation in a sense, where you get to get away from football a little bit. Some guys they can just check out. Other guys will not because guys need to get healthy. Some guys need to educate themselves a little bit more in this offense so they can just go out there and react. Some guys want to make sure they come back and feel even better. So, like Tanner would always get his guy to take care of him. Now you can go out there, cryotherapy, acupuncture, massages, chiropractic work. Get your body back right so when you come back in the second half, you're ready to go.
And Tanner, man, we have just seen our team depleted when it comes to injuries. Guys are just being plugged in everywhere. Mikey being plugged in punt return hasn't had to do that all season long. This is a chance to get healthy, and nobody took their recovery more seriously than you. As a leader, how would you tell these guys to handle this bye week, especially after a loss like this?
I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys, they understand what they have to do, and especially when it's this late into the year, some of them might not even get away. Some of them might just want to just say, hey, I'm going to stay here or, find my guy or two, whoever helps me take care of my body, fly them in and just, just relax, kind of get the football part off your mind by just doing something different. But, I'm pretty sure to a man, everybody know what they have to do to their body. They have a stretch of games where it's not going to get any easier, so you got to be ready for them.
Make it a staycation.
For sure. Now, a loss is a loss. However, there were some bright spots coming out of Week 11, particularly our Commanders' defense after head coach Dan Quinn took over the play calling. Washington held Miami to just 142 passing yards, which was the fewest allowed this season. The defense also forced 2 turnovers on downs, including an impressive goal line stop by Javon Kinlaw and Eddie Goldman. Let's welcome in Logan Paulson for more on this Week 11 matchup and the Commanders' bye week. Welcoming in Logan Paulson, who was on the sideline during the games. Logan, we missed you on postgame, but we appreciate you pulling up now. What did you see from that game? A tough loss in overtime. What did you see from your vantage point?
It is a tough loss, and it's very disappointing, but I think I came out of this optimistic, and I'll tell you why. So coming into this game, I was like, where does the defense go from here? There's really nothing for them to build off of. There was a lot of really difficult things in the weeks prior, and then in this game, I thought, man, they played fast, they played physical, they were assignment sound, they made some big plays in this game, and all of a sudden, a unit that looked kind of listless had a direction and had leadership, and I think that was something that gave me a lot of optimism, because when the offense gets healthy, when Jaden comes back, when Terry comes back, when Noah potentially comes back after the bye, this thing's got some teeth, and this offense has some legs to it now and more explosive elements. So, again, this was extremely difficult, no doubt about it. Especially to lose on a muff punt and then an interception late in overtime. Those things are so hard to negotiate. But, man, seeing the defense make a 4th down stop, 2 4th down stops, that's big-time ball there. And that's something that, again, I think like for a group that had, again, I thought, man, where do they go? This is an arrow up for that group for sure.
Right, they gave us a chance. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the whole thing about it. When I look at the game, I know we live in an era today where it's either the bottom of the dump or it's the highs of the highs. But I think they gave us the opportunity to win the football game.
Yeah.
And I think when you have the opportunity and they can play like that, those goal line stands, A-Chain is not bad.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The Waddle is not bad. They were able to stop those guys down there, and I think the offense still was able to move the ball. We were averaging over 10 yards per play at one point.
And again, it's not perfect, right? There's explosive plays, but the tackle that Kinlaw made down here, right over there.
Man,
I mean,
what a play.
What a play, man, on 4th and 1. Love to see that. I mean, Zach Ertz with a bunch of catches in this game. Mariota just looks so composed. Obviously the mistake, but there are things to be optimistic and excited about, and I think that's kind of where I'm at after this game.
And Logan, that's an excellent point because now we're heading into the bye week where you hope we can get a little more healthy, where you hope we can clean things up. How can our guys clean up, not only get healthy because, you know, don't really have control over that, but also take care of these mental errors that we've seen time and time again?
Yeah, I mean, I think today was a good effort on the defensive side of cleaning up some of the run fit stuff. There's still some issues in terms of outside zone. We're not setting great edges. Let's get the drawing board on that. Let's get that cleaned up, right? I thought offensively they were much more efficient on 3rd down. That was a big coaching point this year. Can we be a little bit more efficient, you know, kind of in the strike zone coming in? Like, those are some points of emphasis that I would look at as well. But yeah, like to me, it's like getting in the film room, taking this time to recharge, but all those extra days you have, let's make sure we're being really critical of ourselves, right? If there's something that I can get better, Tana, right? Like, let's make sure we're critical. We don't skate it by. I'm gonna say, oh, we can get better at that later. We can get better at that tomorrow. Let's get better at that right now because that's what this year is going to turn into.
Everybody got to put on a little Michael Jackson. I'm starting with the man
Yes,
in the mirror.
absolutely.
Don't point fingers. You got to go out there and make sure you get yours right. You get yours right, then you have a right to say something to somebody else.
Absolutely.
And Logan, this is perfect timing because we have a tough stretch of games. We have some tough teams that we're playing. You're saying this is one of the worst offenses we're going to be playing probably the rest of the year. How can we finish this season strong after our bye week?
It's all the stuff we've talked about. It's being honest with yourself. It's looking at the man in the mirror. It's being critical, and it's continually trying to get better, right? And I was at a point as a fan of this team, as an analyst, where I wasn't sure it was going to get better. So to see them get better today against, you know, like quite frankly, a bad football team was a good step. Let's use this as a building block, right? Let's take all the good things. Let's build on those things. Let's be critical of the things that we did poorly and get those things corrected. I think that's going to be a huge thing in terms of playing this tough stretch of games on the line.
Logan, we appreciate your time, buddy. Thank you so much. Now let's hear it from our Get Loud crew, Jenkins and Smoot. This is your best seat in the house presented by SeatGeek. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Welcome inside the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. Jenkins, Smoot, back from Madrid, and now it's the bye week and the letdown.
Oh, most definitely. It's time to kind of self-scout yourself if you're the team. If you're the offense, if you're the defense, time for you to self-scout yourself. Time for you to heal up a little bit. Like, this is much warranted when it comes to injuries. Like, we could be getting Terry back after this bye week. We could be getting Jaden back after this bye week. Like, reinforcements is on the way. So it's a time to refresh your mind, body, and soul, but also understand that we still got football to play.
Yeah. Sam Cosmi coming back, I didn't love the quote, but I love when players are introspective and they don't just give you some generic sound.
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to put the mic in your face and give me the,
you know what I mean? He's like,
yeah.
I'm going to tell you something that will be very interesting and resonate. And he was talking about, look, we got this long flight back, and then there was a delay, and we just got to sit with it. We got to sit with a tough loss for hours and hours and hours, and then you sit even longer because of a bye week. So this is going to be huge for a lot of guys to reset mentally and not have to sit with it and kind of get through it.
Yeah, and not just get through it. It's kind of like he said, it kind of sours on you because the stench of this loss goes with you through the bye week. But you also know, like I said, reinforcements is coming. You also know it's a chance I can get my number one wide receiver back. I can get my number one quarterback back. I can get some guys on defense back. So it's refreshing in a way, but I understand what Sam is saying. It's humbling because I have been on bye weeks and we started that bye week off. All I could think about was that loss. Like that loss.
Right.
But then you get to sit back and you get to watch other people play the game for a week, your body gets to rest, and you get to just refresh for a second and say, you know what, let me finish strong. And I think that's what all the players are telling each other.
Yeah.
Man, let's finish what we started. We didn't start this thing well. Let's finish strong.
The loss is brutal, there's no question about it, but one major positive, what was the one storyline going into the game? Can DQ do something with this defense? And you know what?
I thought he did.
He sure did.
I thought he did. I thought he held an offense that had been humming.
Yeah.
Like Miami offense had been humming on people. I thought he slowed the run down. They went bend but don't break. Those 2 goal line stops.
I was going to say.
Hey, that's top of the line football right there. That's how you know the boss is in the room. You can always tell. I thought the defense answered the question. I thought they stood up. I thought they played as a group. And you got to realize that's the side of the ball missing tons of starters. And they had no excuses. They just showed up and played.
That's how you know you haven't lost the team. In a tough spot when things have gone wrong again and again and again, they show out against an offense that has so much speed that can hurt you if you're not ready to play.
Hurt you vertically.
Yep.
They can go at you horizontally. It doesn't matter. They can attack you in any way possible. I thought they bottled them up for most of the game.
Yeah, now it's a bye week, and then it is the Broncos coming up in a couple weeks. So
there's going to be a challenge right there. Bo Nix and those guys, they're humming and could be one of the best defenses we've seen in the last 5 years.
No question about that. It's a top 5 unit. That's Smoot. I'm Jenks, guys. Good to be with you. We'll send it back to you.
Shout out to our Get Loud crew. Now, the next time we will see our Commanders take the field will be at the crib for some Sunday Night Football. They'll welcome quarterback Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos to town for a Week 13 matchup on prime time. Let's take a look at the next 5 games for Washington. It's time for Top 5 presented by UA Local 5 Plumbers, protecting the health of the nation's capital since 1890. And after some Sunday Night Football, the Commanders have back-to-back road games, including an NFC East matchup with the New York Giants. Then Washington hosts the Eagles, and right after that, the Cowboys on Christmas Day for back-to-back home games. Before we bring it to Washington, I had a chance to catch up with running back Chris Rodriguez out in Madrid.
I don't know if there's anybody on the squad that really embodies that next man up mantra than you, right? I mean, we've talked the last 3 years. It's been so many ups and downs for you, man. But every time your number's called, you rise to the occasion, man. How has it been in year 3 for Chris Rodriguez?
Honestly, it's been a lot smoother for me this year. I mean, year 1, battle just not playing very much. Year 2, ups and downs all year. This year, I've been on the roster, but sometimes the first few games I didn't play, and then I was back up playing special teams to start, and then back up. So I mean, it's been tough, but at the same time, when you go into the game or go into the week with the mindset of I'm gonna prepare like a starter, it just makes the week so much easier, so much smoother. And then when my number is called, it's no lag. We just saying we running.
And that's easier said than done, right? Because you're a young man, right? It's hard to not have consistency, right? And not knowing that. How have you find ways to deal with it? Because there's other young guys, right, that are dealing with the same type thing. Guys that are younger than you, which is kind of crazy to think.
For sure.
You in year 3, we got rookies here, man. How have you adjusted to all that?
Man, just like I said, preparation, man. Talking to some of the older guys like Terry, Zach, Frankie, and the main thing that they harped on is just like, what is your routine like? So for me, just having a routine going into every week, whether it's, what do I want to review this week? What do I want to work on this week? And I think DQ helps us a lot with that, with our practice schedule. He gives us that extra 5 minutes to work on stuff. But as far as routine, man, it's just getting that routine it's helped me a lot. It helps me prepare like I'm a starter.
Shout out to our guy, Chris Rodriguez. It's not every day you have a career day, and I'm glad he did it out in Spain. Now let's take a look at those winning numbers brought to you by Maryland Lottery. Please play responsibly. And here's a look at the numbers for C-Rod this season. 60 carries for 279 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. He averages 4.7 yards per carry, and last week against the Dolphins, he recorded a season-high 79 rushing yards. Shout out to our third-year running back. And it's always great catching up with these guys, not only on Next Man Up, but on all of our shows. And we have a full slate of podcasts for you each and every day of the week. Monday, it kicks off with Booth Review, followed by Mike Jenks and Fred Smoot on the Get Loud podcast every Tuesday. And on Wednesdays, you can catch Logan Santana and Fred on the Command Center podcast. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. And speaking of pods, it's time to hear from our Booth Review crew of Bram Weinstein and London Fletcher. It's time for Securing the W, presented by Hercules Fence. Security in every job.
So let's get some keys to winning the bye week, London. And I think number 1 is this. When we get our boards ready to call the games, can we stop crossing off so many names? Let's get healthy during the bye week.
Absolutely. That's the main thing, especially this late in the season. And then when you look at our particular injury situation, hopefully we're able to see a Terry McLaurin and his name is like not in the gray. We're able to see Jaden Daniels and his name is not in the gray because when it comes in the gray, you're just like, okay, is he going to be in this week? Is he going to be out this week? We should be getting back. Definitely, I feel like we'll have Will Harris back by then, and maybe even a Trey Burks, and that's one of the keys to winning a bye week. Also, making wise decisions, especially these younger players. When you're a young guy, maybe you'll take some time to go back to your college to a college football game, your hometown, things like that. Just making wise decisions, keeping yourself, protecting your team when you're away for an extended period of time.
What about you, old guy? Do you make wise decisions during the bye week?
Yeah. So as an older guy, as I got later on in my career, man, as for the family guys, they just want to chill out with their family. They might do a staycation. We would do staycations. We go down to the Georgetown area, maybe do a few days at the Ritz-Carlton. It just depends on how far you're away. Some guys may want to continue with their routine, making sure they're staying on top of their lifts, they're running, their preparation and maintenance for the stretch run these last 6 games. So it just depends. A young guy, they might say, "Hey, let's go out to Vegas, let's go to Miami, let's go, some of these kind of cooler cities, cosmopolitan cities." But for the older guys, they're just, man, we want to just kick back, spend time with our family, and kind of decompress for a little bit.
Yeah, get the smoker going this weekend. Make something fun. All right. The other way to win the bye week, I think, is build off of the defensive performance in Madrid. Dan Quinn had talked about kind of a level reset for the group, just playing faster, playing together, a more consistent approach. I think we saw that against the Dolphins. How can they grow from that?
Yeah, I love what they did. The attention to detail was a lot cleaner. Guys did a much better job of being exactly what they were supposed to be, playing with a lot better leverage, and whether it was leverage of the ball carrier, leverage of the blocker, leverage in coverage, being cleaner with their communication, things like that, and also having a little bit extra time to really add some wrinkles into what they've done. Okay, we've shown a couple blitzes that we haven't seen. Maybe we can add some more new blitzes off of those things and get the offenses that we're facing thinking about, hey, this Washington showed this type of blitz a couple weeks ago against Miami. All right, know what? You think we're coming from this side with the corner? No, we're gonna come over here and bring the safety in the wheel backer, stuff like that. So just changing up, continue to build upon that, continue to build upon the positives that we had from this ball game.
And the last thing, really quickly, I think you just kind of have to ignore the record a little bit. These guys need to stay locked in. They have a bye week. They got 6 games to go, so they need to stay locked in as they head towards Denver.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that this, even though you're away for a while, still ignore the noise. Don't let somebody, the outsiders, tell you how the season's going to end. Write the narrative, write the story, write your story. Just ignore that noise. Continue to ignore it. You still control your own narrative. You still control the story of how the rest of the season will be written. You also control the narrative of how your own individual play will be written as the rest of the season kind of plays out. So it's still players are still being evaluated. We're still being evaluated as individuals, as a team, as a unit. So continue to try to continue to play better and put your best foot forward each and every day.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the break. We'll see you all soon as we get set for the Broncos. We send it back to you.
Shout out to my guys Bram and London for joining us for more on the bye week. Now, Commanders rookie tackle Josh Connolly Jr. is entering his first career bye week. The rookie out of Oregon has allowed 0 sacks and just 6 pressures over the last 3 weeks. And I had a chance to catch up with him last week out at the Real Madrid practice facility out in Spain. Here's what the rookie had to say about staying locked in during the bye week. It's time for Mission Ready, powered by Big Bear AI, Mission Ready AI for a rapidly evolving world.
Now, we will be dropping this after the Spain game, so I do got to ask you about your first official NFL bye week, man.
Yeah.
How happy are you to be getting towards this bye week? Because you know it's time for recovery, time for film, time to study, man. I know you're a young man, so you might not even feel like you need a bye week, but I got to imagine this bye week's coming at the perfect time after a road trip.
Yeah, I'm going to say, especially, I feel like for everybody, I guess myself specifically, like, being able to go see my family, be able to go see my grandparents. But, it's a bye week, but it's still work week for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's where, like, coming from Oregon, that's how it was. Like, we didn't have no bye week. We didn't get to go home. Like, we was practicing, working out, lifting. That's how it was. So that's kind of like been instilled in me. So yeah, I mean, I get to go home and see my family and stuff, but there's still work to get put in and reevaluation and make sure I come back out for the rest of the season. I'm rocking.
Great catching up with Josh Connolly Jr. What a season he's having. You can check his full Next Man Up interview this week on the Commanders YouTube page. Now, it was a big week out in Madrid for the Command Center crew. Our legends were all over Madrid catching up with Commanders family. From fan rallies to live Command Center tapings to trying out some churros. Our legends also had a chance to talk game with over 170 kids at the Commanders and Dolphins flag football clinic. They even ended the week with some lessons in Flamenco. Let's check it out. This is your can't miss moment presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official partner of the Washington Commanders.
Today we're going to learn a little bit about flamenco technique. Inside how we practice flamenco, there are 3 main components: picante, baile y toque, the guitar, the singing, and the dancing. And so today we're going to learn a little bit about the dance.
It looks like we have left feet. 2 of them.
So in flamenco we utilize footwork movements. We have special shoes that have rosewood and they're made of leather typically, and they have nails on them, so they're percussive.
You got it. Let's go. 8. Double.
That's tough. Good job, man. It's the
I'm tired of
2, the 1. That's
That's the one, yeah.
And as part of like how we present flamenco, and it starts to incorporate other elements, like we have the mantón de Manilas, we have the sombrero cordobés, we have castanets over there, we have a fan. So today we're gonna have a little fun with that. No, you guys?
Oh, let's go.
oh god.
So we'll pick whichever, the mantón.
They won't fit my head. Oh, I got elegant for sure. Now that won't fit. Oh,
What
we got here?
Yeah, what is this?
What is this?
You don't really just wear
Oh, the cookies.
decoration. So we
How we do this?
utilize
Yep.
it to dance with.
Okay.
Oh,
I think she'll tell us
right
what
there. You gotta open it? How you open it?
Over here.
Right here?
And then,
Can I put it on both hands?
these are.
Yes.
What we doing?
Oh. All
On
right.
my head? That won't fit my head.
No, look at that big old neck.
Yeah,
Looks good.
Yeah. All right.
Ahí fue uno como cada uno.
I can see myself going around DC like that.
That hat looks so small on your head.
Oh.
You got that Spanish look going really well.
Yeah, I'm I'm bilingual.
Bilingual?
Bilingual. International flex.
Good at it.
We're doing a clapping for you guys.
You 3?
Clap.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I got that one. Yeah, I did too. Oh, we need it one more time. We're trying to get perfect. Oh, we're trying to get perfect. One more time. All right. When we do the last, are we going that way?
What are you talking about? Forward.
We don't know if should we go.
It's
should we
this
go
way.
left or should we go right?
It's forward.
You know, it's saying though.
Oh, left.
Our motion.
Oh, we go left. Let's go left. Let's go left. Left.
We're in choreography, man.
Fellas, I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing y'all do them flamenco dances. B, you look like you was in your element.
Well, I was having fun, you know. Like I like to figure out little different little things, learn cultural stuff. I know one thing: none of us are good, but I had fun with it, and you can tell they are in some shape, man. Cause like my thighs, boy, started to work a little bit, man. And as fast as that lady and that man was, how their feet were moving around, it's kind of like tap dancing in a sense, but they can make sounds and rhythms with their feet, man. Unbelievable.
And Tanner, man, we had a lot of fun during this week-long trip, but we also put in a ton of work, especially you two. How do you plan on enjoying your bye week?
Well, I'm gonna stay around. I got a couple of appearances that I have to do, so you know, it's always
still working.
I find a way, but I'm still gonna get away from it a little bit. I think those appearances will have me doing other things, but at the same time, man, it'll be great just to be able to sit back on Sunday and watch some good football, man. Saturday and Sunday, watch some college and watch some of the other teams play on Sunday.
B, what about you? I know you working.
Man, I'm gonna be working. I'm back at work on. Be there Tuesday, ready to do my thing, and I'm gonna cook some gumbo, I think, next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you told me. See, little man's coming into town
like
this weekend, so that's how I'm celebrating my bye week. We going to B Mitch's house to get some gumbo.
He said he invite you.
I invited myself. We are out here in Spain, Madrid. Shout out to everybody that helped make this possible. Shout out to everybody that was involved with this show. It has been constant work. We put out shows every day of the week, but it's for the best fans in the NFL, our Commanders family. Until next week, after the bye week, this is Command Center. I'm your host, Brian Colbert Jr. here with Brian Mitchell, Santana Moss. Shout out to Logan Paulson, Sean Springs, London Fletcher, Brand Weinstein, even our Spanish radio crew that did all this to put all this together just for y'all. Until next week, we out.
Command Center was filmed at Big Bear AI Command Center Studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.